Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where we are currently in Firmament in Ishgard, and we want to do some side quests that are here in this area. So, what do we even have here? House Hylanat Soldier. A Gathering of Gaelicats. Why, this is the savior of Ishgard, and the hero who helped us deal with a stray Gaelicat the other day. You couldn't have come at a better time. For reasons I cannot begin to imagine, one of those confounded cats is back, and what's more, it appears to have brought its friends. Or so I've been told. As you might imagine, we are at something of a loss as how to address the situation. If the tales I heard are true, these creatures originally hail from the Sea of Clouds, and some scholars in fact believe them to be a type of voidsent. Why, it's enough to send a shiver up the man's spine. Surely you can see that we simply cannot allow these baleful creatures to prowl about the firmament as they please. And so I beg of you, might you be so kind as to look into the matter and find some way to save us from this formidable, fluffy menace? One of my cohorts mentioned that he saw the beast roaming just a ways down the road. And here, take this pouch of dried crowd crawler with you. It said that the little beasts can't resist the scent. Craftsman? We simply must catch that furry fiend before it and its friends can wreak havoc on the firmament. You place the snack in the middle of the street near where the Gaelicat was sighted. Retreat to the shadows and hope that your quarry takes the bait. Alright, Gaelicats. Meow. You found it, but what's this? This furry creature has clad itself in an overcoat suitable for the fiercest of blizzards. Where did it get its paws in such garb? Haha, that's not garb, my unlearned friend. Another one? And it speaks! What foul sorcery is this? I'm but an innocent traveler with a fondness for our feline friends. I journeyed to the far ends of the realm, doing all in my power to see that these creatures appreciated for the fluffy boards of inimitable cuteness that they are. Now let's return to the topic of a Gaelicat's garb, and the wings which appear to be a part of it. Did you know that it's said that no one has ever seen said garb removed? And that every unfortunate soul who has even made an attempt has been met with hissing, clawing rage? In any event, it's true. In that sense, might it not be said that the Gaelicat's garb is not garb at all, but rather an extension of a creature's corporeal form? Not only might it be said, but I proclaim it loudly and with the utmost of confidence. Likewise, I would posit that those heavily layered silks are evidence that the Gaelicat has adapted to its chilly surroundings. Furthermore, the creature's ample belly would seem to be incontrovertible proof that it has been dining on the most sumptuous of feasts. Do you mean that someone's been feeding this creature? And this surprises you? Why, just gaze at those innocent eyes. See how it tails, flicks, and curls with such enchanting, enigmatic grace. Behold how it goes about its business entirely unburdened by the expectations of mortal man. I thought that no animal could be more delightful than the Gaelicats that frolic in the air above our heads. But to see one of such stout and ample proportions, why, I'm simply overwhelmed with the sheer force of its immeasurable cuteness. Oh, but I can bear it no longer. I simply must behold the creature up close. I must embrace it, caress its fur, scratch behind its ear, nuzzle its nose, and tell it over and over what a cute little kitty it is. Yes, what a cute little kitty you are. Nice. Wait, Heavens, do you think I came on a bit too strong? In any event, we must pursue it at once. Come on. I'm not sure about this. Perhaps chasing after Voidson isn't the wisest course of action? Hey, what do I know? But I suppose we have no choice. I swore an oath to keep the residents of the Firmament safe, after all. Let us exercise due caution, though. I have a bad feeling about this. What's the meaning of this? There you are, my delightful ball of fluffy cuteness. I promise you, I want only to love you and cuddle you forever and ever. There are so many of them. What's all this commotion? Quite all of you, you scare them away. And you're the master of these creatures, I presume? Master, hardly. I simply took to feeding one of them as a way to fend off the pangs of loneliness that come with being so far from home. Before I knew it, well, as you can see for yourself. I'm not unsympathetic to your situation, my friend, but we still not can allow these creatures to run rampant about the Firmament. All their cuteness and fluffiness be damned, they are monsters after all. All I know is that they've never done me any harm. By giving them a snack and their curb right next to you and let you cuddle them and nuzzle their noses to your heart's content. How generous and giving is the Gaelicat, and pray tell, my friend, just how does it feel to cuddle and nuzzle these most delightful creatures? How can I put this? Their fur is soft and smooth, their noses toasty and warm, and their cute little whiskers tickle the face. And they give off a most delightful aroma, akin to that of freshly washed bed linen. Or perhaps closer to bread right out of the oven? They smell good is what I'm saying. You need say no more, for verily there's no creature so heavenly as the cat. Neutral option, please. Because I don't agree with either option. Oh, whatever. Yeah! At any rate, I can assure you have been in contact with officials at the Mannequin's Court in hopes of finding proper homes for the creatures as soon as I possibly can. Truly agree that they deserve that much? Please don't chase them away. At the very least, they seem to pose no danger. The population seems to be under control. I suppose I can overlook the matter for the time being. But before one, but should the situation change and the creatures prove a threat, we will not hesitate to use force when necessary. Isn't that so, friend? I guess so. What's this? You wish to accompany me on my journey? Oh, but why did you not say so sooner? It would be a pleasure and an honor both. Come, my fluffy friend, and let us spread a love of all things feline far and wide across the land. To think that I would meet another who adores these creatures as much as I. I dream of a day when every man, woman and child in Ishgard has their own Gaelicat to cuddle and cherish. Oh, how heavenly that would be. Smorsak. A simple unadorned sect lies in the middle of a street. Might belong to one of the residents of a Dragonsong quarter? Look about nearby and see if you can't reunite the abandoned parcel with its owner. Good evening to you, my dear madam. It's not every day a man gets paid a visit by the savior of Ishgard. What brings you here today? What's that? You found a sack just lying in the streets, you say? If it wouldn't be too bold to ask, might I have a look? Just as I thought. If you're looking for the owner of the sack, you found him. An acquaintance of mine just brought it to me, but we got so carried away in conversation that I completely forgot to take it with me. An embarrassing mistake, to say the least. But I fear the old noggin doesn't work quite as well when you get to my age. Still, pray forgive me. Ishgard's savior surely has better things to do than hauling sacks about town. If you're curious, the bag happens to be filled with flower seeds. Mimea lilies, to be precise. As you may know, they are quite popular as an offering to those who have left us. I started growing them to honor my own dear son, who gave his life in the war. Some of my neighbors took an interest, and then some acquaintances of theirs. Soon as I knew it, I had my very own nursery. Flowers are a beautiful thing, wouldn't you agree? They have a way of bringing smiles to faces, even in the most trying times. It's just a hobby for me. So I don't ask for coin, but people are kind enough to repay me with seeds and gardening tools, which has allowed me to branch out a bit more, one could say. At any rate, it's a good life, and one I wouldn't be living if it weren't for you and your friends bringing an end to the war as it did. Not to mention everyone's tireless efforts in building the Firmament back up to where it even exceeds its former glory. Truly, I couldn't even begin to express my gratitude. Wait, I have an idea. A few acquaintances of mine had mentioned their intent to come by and pick up some flowers. Might you be so kind as to deliver them in my stead? I reckon the flowers would mean that much more to them if brought by a real-life hero rather than an old greybeard like myself. My friends live right in the Dragonsong quarter, not far from here. You know your way around these parts, yes? Funny how fate plays out, isn't it? A single seed planted, literally that is, can lead to a nobody like me crossing paths with the very woman who saved our nation. Truly, it's nothing short of a miracle. Do this old man a favor just once, would you please? Sure, gladly. I'm terribly sorry to impose upon you like this. It would mean the world to my friends in Dragonsong if you could deliver those lilies to them in my stead. Plucky youth. How my eyes to be believed, does Desiree Kling, or hero of all lands, stand before me? Oh, how the spinner has blessed me today. But whatever brings you to this humble place? I deliver flowers. Why, I'll be lilies from old Ishgard? Do you know the man? Forgive my impropriety, but never in my wildest dreams would I imagine you'd be the one to bring them to me. I served Horst Desma as a sellsword during the war. Wasn't a bad life, but it was far from an easy one. Every day I give thanks for the efforts of you and your companions, by which I now am, at long last, able to live my days in peace. And yet, my thoughts often drift to my brothers and sisters in arms who are not so fortunate as to live to see this day. It's the least I can do to honor their sacrifice. Placing old Ishgard's flowers at their graves is a small gesture, perhaps, but one that never fails to put my heart at peace. But even this small gesture, why, what profound meaning it will take, knowing that these flowers were delivered by the hand of the savior of Ishgard herself. My comrades' souls will surely soar to the heavens with pride this day. and dainty lady. My heavens, it couldn't be, but it is! I dreamed of the savior of Ishgard herself was personally assisting in the restoration effort, but never did I dream I would have the honor of encountering you in the flesh. Whatever brings you to the Firmament, Miss Fairmont? A Nymeria lily from Jacob for me! What a lovely gesture! I shall place it at my daughter's gravestone, just as I have every day since you and your companions mercifully ended the war. While the fighting still raged on, it was all I could do to eke out a living. Deep down, the loss of my child devastated me, but my heart was too consumed by fear and uncertainty to grieve as a mother should. Now, thanks to the efforts of Lord Frenzel and generous souls like herself, I no longer want for a roof over my head and food on my plate. At long last, I know the peace of mind that frees me to reflect upon my daughter's life and honor her memory. I would have liked nothing more than to walk these streets with her, to show her what a magnificent, uplifting place the Firmament has become. I can at least take comfort in knowing that her spirit lives on in my own heart, and in the city and nation I now strive to help rebuild. And though my own child may never return, I also find solace in knowing that the younglings I see playing the streets need never make the same sacrifice. For this, you have our eternal gratitude. I see you delivered the lilies. Thank you, friend. You've done me a greater kindness than I deserve. My apologies for imposing upon you as I did. I know as well as any that you have no end of gravely important matters to attend to. And yet, being the old busybody I am, I couldn't help but feel that I wanted you to see and hear from the people of this place yourself. To witness, to experience firsthand just how much your presence has meant to, and I do not exaggerate, every last man, woman and child who calls this place home. Indeed, it's because of you, above all, that we can at last come to some small measure of peace with the past, devote our efforts to the present, and turn a hopeful eye toward an ever brighter future. Speaking of which, do you perchance know the traditional meaning of a Nymeria lily? Well, nowadays they are thought of as a symbol of parting, and therefore used to pay tribute to the departed. In olden times they were said to afford safe passage towards embarking on a journey. I pray that the spinner always watches over you in your travels. Know that you are ever welcome here, in this place where your deeds have allowed an entire nation and its people to set forth on a new journey of their own. And we get bright lily seeds. Add a lot. Swords to Plowshares. If it is the savior of Ishgard in the flesh, you couldn't have come at a better time. How would you like to assist the illustrious Adelord, Ishgard's preeminent pyrotechnician, in her latest foray into the realm of sky-spanning aesthetic excellence? Salamor, of course you would here. Take this coal into hand and use it to set the masterpiece I've placed over on Kill's trays aflame. I promise you the result will be nothing short of scintillating. Adelord just dropped this here and ran off laughing like a woman possessed. Whatever could it be? Yeah. Huh, now there's a sight to behold. Adelord kept saying how she was slaving away in her workshop of a project of a lifetime, but I figured she was just blowing hot air again. The honors of your presence, my lady. Between you and me, I couldn't help but notice a similar looking device sitting all alone atop a mattock, and a group of children eagerly gathered around it. Perhaps Adelord meant to put on a show for them as well? What's this red tube? Fireworks! The sky, it's sparkling! I've never seen anything so beautiful! Hey miss, I saw another one of those tubes over on the abacus. Do you think that one will make the sky light up too? Now the day goes past, but I do not give thanks for all you've done for us, my lady. But whatever brings you here today? Oh, what beautiful fireworks! I've not seen such a sight since... well, it's been many years. Still, what a lovely way to celebrate the restoration of a firmament. And how fitting is that the one to ignite the blaze is none other than the very hero who delivered our fair nation from war. Thank you, my lady. Do pass on my regards to dear Adelord next time you see her. You look a bit lightly dressed for this weather. Who gave you permission to set off all fireworks, you fool? But a jest. I was hoping you'd do just that. Why, I saw the sight from here, and I do believe it's safe to say that I'm every elven genius that I always knew myself to be. Do the townspeople appreciate my masterwork as much as I did? Yep. Of course they did. The incredible spectrum of colors, the unsurpassed elegance with which they dance and dart through the sky. Only a fool or a blind man would fail to appreciate the spectacle. But the true dream doesn't end there. Take a look at this beauty beside me. Bertha here is my pride and joy when I served on the front lines. I couldn't count the number of times she saved me from the ravaging claws of a horde. When the war ended, I figured she'd just end up all alone, collecting dust in the dark corner of some storehouse, so I offered to take her home myself, with a promise that I'd keep her well maintained and put her to good use. And my natural aptitude for pyrotechnics has allowed me to do just that. I may no longer have need for weapons to shoot dragons out of the sky, but I mean to give Bertha here a new life shooting sheer beauty into the sky and bring joy and hope to the people of our nation. But why stop at Ishgard? Yes, one day I will journey across all of Eorzea with Bertha and Tau, lighting up the skies in all corners of the realm with a spectacular rainbow of fiery blossoms. For the part you played in helping me realize my life's work, I thank you. As do, no doubt, all who will one day bear witness to the wonders that you have helped me introduce to the world. I give you leave to resume your travels, but wherever you roam, always look to the sky, for you never know when Adelord's fabulous fireworks will return to grace your eyes once more. Welcome, welcome, my good woman, to Snow-Soaked Springs. This is my favorite place in the world, and once you experience its soothing waters for yourself, I've little doubt it will be yours as well. Yes, visitors of all stripes come from near and far seeking the succor of its healing waters, which are all but proven to have the power to wash away one's every worry, ease nigh on every ache, pain, ailment or malady known to man. Why, I myself have bathed here some 20 odd times, and that's just today. Do you not feel the gentle, steamy breeze in the air? Does the sound of trickling water not tickle your ears with sheer delight? Can you not scarcely wait to free yourself of a biting cold and slip into a sublime world of warmth and comfort? Say no more. Your bemused gaze tells me that this is your first visit to this splendiferous site. Allow me to give you the tour. This here is your rest area, where one can relax and cool off one's body after a sumptuous soak. Sitting here and breathing in the fresh air, while sipping Ishgardian brandy or nourishing both belly and soul with a cup of yak milk? Why, if there's a more heavenly sensation to be found in this realm, then I'm a Mylodon's uncle. Now, allow me to truly amaze and astound you, for I haven't even gotten to the best part of it all. I speak, of course, of a steam bath, that blissful haven of heat and sweat, that will flush the toxins out of every pore of your body and leave you feeling like a woman reborn. But why take my word for it? Slip into your bathing attire and follow me. You came for a nice relaxing soak in water, you say? But don't you worry, that's coming at the end. Trust me, you appreciate it that much more after you sweat your fair share. Right. And I still don't have a bathing suit right now. Okay. Good enough. Ah, there's the entry. Is it not a sight to behold? I swear to you, if there's a more incredible invention in our entire realm, why, you can cast me from the highest peak of Curthus. Some find the heat too overwhelming for my liking, but I'm certain that for a strapping young woman like yourself, the experience will prove positively divine. And once the sweat has poured from you like great tail falls, plunge into the chill waters of his pool, and mark my word, you feel as if you went soaring straight to the heavens. Not to mention that you lock in the heat and ward off any malicious maladies or ailments seeking to break into your body. But don't take my word for it. Just between you and me, a certain illustrious individual who will sure remain unnamed, but may or may not be the esteemed Azure Dragoon, has been known to stop by for a soak from time to time. Why, I've even spoken with him myself. We soon bonded over our love of all things bath, and he was kind enough to share with me a tale of a time he did frequent a bathhouse in one of his travels to the land of Hingashi. In that far-flung realm, he said, they heat cups of rice wine in the waters and sip upon them whilst nibbling on seasoned dried squid. Why, I would happily trade away my firstborn son for the chance of experiencing such rapture just once in my life. But I'm getting ahead of myself, yes? Yes, I simply must escort you to the baths. Feast your eyes upon Snowcloak's pride and joy, the Grand Baths. I have it on good account that a select group of Ishgard's most accomplished artisans labored for nigh 7 fortnights to shape this tap into an aesthetically perfect form worthy of the blissful waters that fill it. Why, it's said that the original design was conceived by none other than the erstwhile Count Tarison de Desmael, who also developed a method by which the springs are summoned up from deep beneath the underground to bless our bodies with their warmth and healing power. But could one possibly hope to appreciate the sheer wonder of the baths and sauna simply by hearing some stranger ramble on rapturously about it until the end of time? Heavens no. So what are you waiting for? Doff your garb and hop in for yourself already. Whee. But not deep enough for diving. Tell me, my friend, are you prepared to experience true bliss? Yeah, sure. I don't have any other. Is it not everything I said it was and then some? Pardon me. Slap me silly with a kissing trout, if it is the esteemed Count Charlemont de Duendare. What brings your lordship to this place? Does a Duendare Desmond not have a private bathhouse that far outstrips this place in sheer scope and luxury? I do believe these facilities are open to one and all, regardless of stature or status, but if you must know, firstly, they afford me the opportunity to converse uninhibitedly with individuals such as yourself, that I might hear the voices of our citizens firsthand. If more members of the nobility were to follow my lead, I do firmly believe that Ishgard would become a more compassionate nation. Yet far too many seem to believe themselves above it all. And so, as lord of the highest of the high houses, I come here to set an example. Secondly, I come to admire the artistry and technical mastery of House Desmael. It pleases me greatly to see that they too are expanding their aesthetic pursuits and forging a new role for themselves in this new age of peace and enlightenment. Thirdly, but is it not self-evident? Soaking in these soothing waters and gazing out upon the snow-kissed landscape, why there's no place in our fair realm I would rather be. There actually is Tarison and... I forgot the Moogle's name. They're from, both are from the Moogle quest line and Heavensward from the tribal quests. Which was actually quite interesting. Not the most fun quests as quests go, but as a storyline it was interesting. Good, but... Next quest. To my eyes deceive, can it truly be Desiree Klingor? I say, are you not Desiree Klingor? By the 12, you're Desiree Klingor. If we should stumble into you here of all places. Huh? Apologies for getting carried away. It's just, we've been wanting to meet you for a long time. We're adventurers too, you see. Ever since we witnessed your bout with Hoary Boulder, we've been admirers of yours. We've even taken on the odd mission for the Scions. With one of our comrades being Ishgard, we also joined the fray at the Steps of Fate. Where we saw you again in combat, it'd be no overstatement to say that you carried the battle. And then you went on to put an end to the entire war, owing to which our friend decided to return home. She's now hard at work helping with her restoration effort. They say that all are welcome to aid in the rebuilding regardless of origin. Are you participating too by any chance? Yep. So you are. In that case, then perhaps you have seen our combat? We've come to pay her a visit, you see, but we're struggling to find her on account of being unfamiliar with the city. If you happen to see her, won't you let her know that we're here? She's Ellison, which isn't saying much in these parts, but adventurers can tell each other apart, isn't that right? Being quite tall, I thought it would be easy to spot our friend, but then most everyone here is tall. We've searched more or less all of Ishgard by now, except the area over by St. Raymonot's Cathedral, perhaps. Okay, the cathedral in Ishgard, apparently. You? Why, it's a hero of the science. Allow me to thank you for your part in protecting my homeland. What business have you to the Holy See this day, if I may ask? A few friends of yours are looking for you. My comrades and the Firmament, you say? What joyous tidings! I will seek them out at once. If it please you, will you not join me? And we can't directly teleport there. You truly have a hero's sense of direction. Thanks for finding her. It's been too long, friends. All this time we had nary a word from you. We thought you had forgotten about us. Forgive me. The restoration workers kept me busy and I couldn't be gladder to see you all. And to have a great Desiree present for our reunion makes the moment all the more special. Adventurer! Adventurer! Oh, you're all adventurers. Even the Savior of Ishgard is here. This good lady and her family have been kind to me. Is something the matter, my lady? Of late, a strange creature's been prowling about the new nest. I'm worried what it might do. That sounds like a job for us. It would be our first outing all together in a while. Well, let us take ourselves to the new nest and look for this creature at once. If you have a spare moment, Desiree, perhaps you'd care to attend to this task with us? Sure, let's do this. It was around here that I saw it. There. You don't appear to be much of a threat, but if you mean ill, you will answer to us. Enough? Ah, it's Death Arm. Click, click. Stay your weapon. I'm not an enemy. No, I'm an adventurer like you. The Death Arm I'm called, and I came to the Firmament to work. I even have a necessary permit. Ah, Master, what luck that you are here. Please tell them I pose no danger. Right? You're a good guy, Death Arm. One of a friendly Wrath who dwell in the Ravanian forelands, you say? I acted impulsively. Pray forgive me my discourtesy. No harm done. If all is settled, then I will take my leave. There's much work to be done. Yes, much work indeed. Thanks to you, we were able to avert a misunderstanding. If what the fellow said is true, there's plenty of work in Ishgard for the willing. What do you say we stay for a spell? Truly, to have you all here would please me to no end. And there we have it. We'll be staying here for a while and apply ourselves as we continue striving to follow your example. Alright, that was sweet. And nice to see Deathdam again. Still working as adventurer. Okay. Philesto. Well, it is the Savior of Ishgard. It is an honor and a pleasure indeed to be graced with your presence. As it just so happens, there's a matter regarding which I was hoping to consult with an esteemed adventurer such as yourself. But I forget my manner. I am called Philesto, and Lord Francis tasked me with overseeing the paperwork for new residency in the Firmament. Thanks in no small part due to your selfless efforts on our behalf, countless adventurers, tradesmen, and laborers from across the Earth have chosen to make this place their home. Now that the Hoarfrost has been completed, we finally have a place to put them all. There is, however, just one rub. We have, at least thus far, lacked a facility to serve the role of the Adventurers Guild that one might find in other nations. A role which will become increasingly vital as our population continues to grow. And so I have decided to devote this building we stand before to that very purpose. Unfortunately, and I'm rather embarrassed to admit it, I'm not entirely clear on precisely what manner of business is conducted in these guilds, and in turn what sort of structure might best serve that purpose. Pray enlighten me, friend. What would you say is a defining characteristic of an active, successful adventurers guild? A place where citizens in need can enlist adventurous services. Ah, so that's the primary purpose of the Adventurers Guild? If adventurers are to render assistance efficiently and swiftly, it certainly stands to reason that there needs to be a dedicated venue where they may receive petitions from townfolk. Thank you, my friend. The insight you have shared with me will no doubt prove invaluable in transforming this venue into one that serves all adventurers in the Firmament and make them feel at home. If I could impose upon you just one last time, might you be willing to speak to some of your peers here in the Firmament and see if you could find a generous soul or two who would be willing to stop by? After all, adventurers guild without adventurers hardly worth a name. Many thanks, my friend. I have no doubt that as a savior of Ishgard and a fellow adventurer, your words will resonate with them far more than mine ever could. Ah, is there something you need from me? A new adventurer, Skinner? I've only just arrived from Uldan and still learning the way of the land. I'm not embarrassed to admit I was hoping there might be a place I could meet some veteran types and learn a thing or two. Color me interested. Need assistance with something, friend? In that case, I would encourage you to consult with one of my colleagues. I fear I'm but an apprentice here and would have little to offer you. What's that you say? A new gathering place that will be opening here in Firmament? Why, this is wonderful news indeed. I relocated here from Limsa to learn a new trade. I must admit that I find myself feeling a touch homesick at times. I was hoping there might be a place where I could mingle with travelers, leave the latest tales and tidings from my homeland. I must visit it at once. If it isn't Desiree, always a pleasure to see you, my friend. What brings you to the Firmament today? Advertising the new Adventurers Guild. I mean to build an Adventurers Guild here in Ferrafall, you say? I do believe I speak for everyone when I say this is a most welcome development indeed. After all, it has been rather tedious going from door to door every day, asking the townspeople if they have any tasks requiring an adventurer's expertise. If there's anything I can do to see that the new facility is a rousing success, I'm more than happy to do it. There you are, friend. I'm pleased to inform you that a number of your peers have already graced us with their presence. But this place is starting to feel more and more like an honest-to-goodness adventurous guild with every moment. Rest assured that I do everything in my power to see that this place flourishes into a home away from home for all adventurers who pay visit to the Holy See. Pray forgive me for imposing upon the esteemed savior of Ishgard with such a trivial task, but you have done us a great service today. For that you have my most sincere gratitude. Whenever you're inclined to grace us with your presence, our doors will always be open. Except I can't act. Our gate is open to the public now, and I'm pleased to say we had no trouble attracting adventurers of all stripes. Hearing their tales of lands far and wide has been most eye-opening. Why, if my duties here didn't keep me occupied, I'd have half a mind to take to the road myself. Alright. Until next time then, I guess, when we play more Final Fantasy XIV or maybe something else. I'm Mace and don't get lost.